Hello everyone, I'm Bias Trades here, and we're going to be going over February 2022 and my progress and just overall what I've been thinking, how my stats are looking, and really anything that kind of comes to my mind, just for a little log. And hopefully, if you're watching this, then you can think about some of these things about your February results, um, and yeah, just review them. So this is my P&L this February. It's been pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is really I've hit some big strides in my trading this February, mainly from team trading, from focusing on futures, so that makes me more patient on stocks, even though I am having issues on futures, but that at least makes me more patient for stocks because I'm not just constantly trying to watch it and find a trade or force a trade and things like that. I think that's about everything that kind of comes to mind straight away from seeing this. But yeah, I've been happy. It doesn't look this amazing with commissions. It's probably like there, but whatever. It's okay. So this is a return. You're wondering why I have crossed out all the numbers really, except for average win and average loser, is simply because I know in my previous videos I was fine showing everything, but I think from how I've been seeing Twitter and everything with these huge P&Ls, I just don't think it really, like sometimes it's motivating every once in a while, but I don't think it's really needed, and I don't want people seeing my like results or whatever and thinking, oh, they need to make that much money. And also excuse me, because when I look at it, I'm like, oh, I have to make this much money now. But some days it's just not possible, and some days I actually need to size down and just be more content with like $50 or $100. But yeah, let's get into this. So my profit ratio is 2.6 to 1, which was probably one of the best months in a while. Even with my own stat tracking, like last month, I was only like last month I was like 1.5. So this is like a big jump. February definitely this got like had some good plays in it. And actually had some more like small cap plays anyway compared to January. Like January was very slow, but yeah. Okay, win we had 69% pretty much. I'm very happy with this. Normally my win percentage is about 60 to 63, so this is really good. Shows some improvement here. Um, Definitely still, as you can see, my biggest issue is with my losers. It doesn't happen as much now. I have definitely eliminated as much as I can currently with my like control on emotions and discipline, but it still happens every once in a while and it's still annoying me, but I will get better at it and I will solve the issue of what's causing me on these days to just be not as disciplined or be lazy or be autopilot and stuff like this. So yeah, the biggest loser was 8% loss. Biggest winner was 5%. The loser didn't actually hurt me as much compared to before, but still, it took a while to get out of. And I think this month could have been even better if I didn't have it. But it's how it goes. So next, I think the main thing you probably want to look is average winner and average loser. Um, these numbers are a bit skewed because I had two or three big winners this month that were almost, I think, 4 or 6R, something like that. So quite big for me because normally I'm only looking for about 2R. I don't really mind too much. As long as it's above like 1.5R pretty much on average, then I'm fine. But these were just some very big plays. Just got lucky, to be honest. Just was there for the opportunity and was able to get more than I even wanted. So it was really good. And my average losers totally within my R, and I was very happy about this. I was sizing up, so this was good. And also, this is a bit skewed because of that 8% loser. So when I actually look on it, my statistics without that big trade, the average loser is perfectly fine for me. I feel comfortable with it. So yeah, that was good. These average return things don't really matter because I didn't use percentages, so we'll just move on. Next is trades. So I took 29 trades. This was a decent amount. If I give you last month, I took 27 trades last month. So, just a bit more, but not a huge amount more anyway. And overall, I'm happy with it. Some of these were like large cap plays, which were very small. But I think it was still okay. I think with my actual Excel sheet, for just small caps, I only took 22 trades. So yeah, some of them were large cap plays and me experimenting, which was okay. Average trades a day was about two. This is pretty good for me, to be honest. I've been aiming for around only two trades a day. for a while, and I've been able to accomplish that for this month and last month. Last month I had only 1.5, and this month about 2, but this was a bit of a hotter month, so I'm fine with it. Um, I think this is also quite interesting. Is my consecutive wins was 6 and my consecutive losses was only 3, which was pretty good for me. Normally I do have a bigger strain of consecutive losses because if I get into like a losing streak, it takes me a while to get out of it because I keep on fighting it. So it'll be maybe I win, lose, win, lose, win, lose, but I'll still end the day red because I'm being emotional and forcing trades. So 3 is still not perfect, but I'm happy with it. 6 consecutive winners, I've never had an issue with stacking up wins. It's mainly the issue that I stack up wins and then I become cocky or I get lazy and I don't do as much, thought process behind all of my trades, and then I'll be taking back trades, and then I'll slip into a streak of losses. Um, my profit factor is 5.72. This is ridiculously high. I don't think it needs to be this high at all. I think it was just because it was a good month and I had some couple of good trades, but overall, I'm very happy with that. That's great. Now setups. So my bag holder setup was happening a lot this month. We had a lot of bag holder setups, and it seems like this month, for March, we're gonna have a lot of day 2. It seems like because we've had like a couple multi runners already, so that could be interesting. But last month definitely was more of a bag holder month for me. 73% pretty much of my trades were bag holders, and short overextension was only about 27% of the time. But my short overextension plays made me a lot more money on average compared to bag holders. So there were some very good ones last month that was able to get like the bigger profits, but consistently bag holders still works for me very well. And I've taken some non-setup trades as well, which I lost 100% of the time because that's what you should on your non-setup trades. If you're taking those, you should probably lose. And you're just being badly disciplined, and that's all it was. Still, I wish I didn't take any, but I know I will slip sometimes, and the aim is to reduce that number as much as possible. But overall, quite happy with the stats. Uh, and finally, let's go over my mistakes. So this is probably what I find the most interesting. When I do my reviews, I go through all of my mistakes, see what my biggest ones were, see what my most costly ones were, and see what ones actually affected me the most emotionally. So when I'm going through the review, I'll just write all those things down. Early entries has always been my number one enemy. It just always has been. It's reduced a lot last month. I was very, very happy with how much it reduced. I think the previous month it was maybe even up in the 50% or so, because that's quite common for me. Normally, every trade or two, I'm early and I take a loss that's not really super needed, or I'm a bit early and I have to increase or like I have a really wide stop, which reduces my R. So I'm definitely been trying to improve my entries, and I think some of that has at least shown. I've at least reduced the percentage. Oversizing still too much than I want, but sometimes it does happen. Back last year, it was happening a lot more, so this has definitely improved. But month to month, it hasn't changed too much recently. I think I've fallen into a bit of um, a stalemate. I need to find some more ways to improve my sizing and to stop like oversizing some way. I don't know. There is not a really simple answer because it's kind of just I slip in discipline or something and that will cause me to oversize. So I'm trying to think of more ways to implement a safeguard or to maybe have it in the front of my brain somehow from some kind of action, but at the moment that's still an issue. And then bad execution is pretty much the combo of those, so they're still happening. Emotional, this was a huge improvement. Last month I have improved my emotions so much. It's the biggest thing I've been working on because emotional causes all these other issues for me. So you can see move to max loss only happened I think like one time or maybe two. So it's been really, really helpful learning more about my emotions, thinking my process of why I'm doing these things, how I can then fix the root of that issue. So really, it's been incredible progress. I hope to keep on moving on because I'm still making issues, obviously, but it's definitely improved. So I'm happy about that. This has been an annoying one. Not adapting is I'll see something like for 2 days and it's doing okay. Let's say the trapping at open. They dump at open and then they trap again. and I would see this for like 2 days, maybe even a week, and I still don't adapt to it. Like I still take the stupid trade, still being early or undisciplined and things like that, and not adapting quick enough. And that was definitely an issue that month. So that is something I'm trying to work on as well now. And now, kind of the main two issues was overtrading and adding aggressively. These two things were huge. FOMO, I kind of decreased midway through the month. I had a huge amount of FOMO for like 3 days, 4 days. And then I worked with my a fellow trader from Twitter about it, and we've been helping each other just reduce FOMO, and that has worked amazingly. And just thinking about the changing the mindset, as Merritt Black says, to instead of FOMO, think about I don't want to take the next bad trade. You should be fearful of taking bad trades, and that has really helped a lot. So that's been great. The adding too aggressively is mainly from me trying to learn how to scale better, and for me to scale into the average I want, and then it can add like even more because I can tighten my risk, which means I can increase my R even more. And I've been working with that, but hasn't been perfect yet. So I've had a lot of issues with that. And then lastly, over trading. A really surprising one from me is just trading stuff that wasn't needed, forcing trades and just overstaying my welcome and taking too many and not learning when to quit, and just when it's not going to happen anymore. So those are the big things I'm working on this month, and I'll probably make a video next week or the week after on how I'm trying to improve some of these things, because each one of these deserve like a conversation by themselves. There's so much that goes into one of these mistakes. So yeah, I hope you review your stats, and I hope you're doing good. And leave a comment below if you want to know anything else or any tips, or I don't know, just absolutely anything. I'm always here to respond.